Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. It is Tuesday, June 6th. So, the children are fighting. It's a little disagreement, argument, mild little insurrection occurred in the House today with 11 or 12 members of the Republican Party, including members of the Freedom Caucus, voting against a simple procedural action that the Republicans that they do in order that anybody in charge does to, set the schedule, and they put it up to a vote and wouldn't support it, which is basically going to throw into chaos any type of legislation or body of work that the Republicans are planning on doing this week because of this. I'm sure, I have no doubt that this is in response to the debt ceiling and certain extremists in the Republican Party and their opinion of how that negotiation Kevin McCarthy did with Joe Biden went. In reading an article on it, the members of the Freedom Caucus, Matt Gaetz is in there too, because of course he is, were basically saying that McCarthy's promised them stuff and he's not delivering on it, so they want to renegotiate some things. Okay. In previous readings that I've done regarding the debt ceiling, I saw that McCarthy was likely to lose his speakership between now and the end of the year, and I was guessing it would happen between now and, say, passage of the budget, whenever that is. If I figured that the cards all seem to point to that direction. And I think even the article I'm reading is they're not sure if this is just them doing a protest vote or if there's deeper fractures here. But we can find that out on this throw. But I think it's probably a sign of deeper fractures that are going on. The extremists in the Republican Party are not happy with McCarthy. Of course, they wouldn't be happy with anybody because they're not going to get what they want. And there's not enough of them to really do anything to make something happen. All they can do is obstruct. And isn't it funny? The Republicans have spent years electing obstructionists to Congress. And now that the Republicans have a small majority, they can't legislate because they've hired a bunch of obstructionists. And now a subgroup of those obstructionists are obstructing Republican agendas because they're not happy with how things are being legislated. You swim with sharks, Okay, so let's look at the situation here in the House. How are things looking between Kevin McCarthy and the Freedom Caucus? What's going on there? Get your popcorn. Let's take a look. Entertainment purposes only. All right. Bring it on down. Let me move this box back. Oops. Knocking stuff over on my desk. All right. All right. What's going on in the House? Get this upside down. The Magician. Do I have this right? I have this right. Okay. So we've got the Magician crossed with the Justice card. How interesting. Okay. I'll throw the whole spread. In the past, we have the Knight of Wands. Current situation is the Four of Swords. Overarching energy is the Three of Swords. Lesson to be learned is the Five of Pentacles. Outcome, Two of Wands. Energy underneath it is the Ace of Swords. All right. What do we got? What we got is the person who's the Magician. This is the Kevin McCarthy. This is him, promising everything and anything and everything under the sun to the Republican Party, especially the extremists, the White Christian Nationalists, otherwise known as the Tea Party members, also known as the House Freedom Caucus. But it's an illusion. He can't promise. He promised him everything, but he can't deliver on it because he doesn't have enough votes to deliver on it. And if he had enough votes to deliver on it, he never would have promised them these things because he would have had enough votes to get into the speakership without their support. So he lied and he lied. Liars are going to lie. That's what they do. What's this crossed with? The Justice card. Guess what? The Freedom Caucus doesn't like to be lied to. And now they're coming for their pound of flesh. Hey, we had an agreement and you are reneging on your agreement. So that's what's going on with this. The underarching energy is the Ace of Swords. This is them now wielding their power. You promised us this. You're not delivering, so we're gonna put this sword to your throat, and if you don't do what we want, we're gonna take your crown. I told you that he was going to lose his speakership between the debt ceiling and the budget. This is telling me that's right on the path we're at. What have we got in the past? In the past, we've got the Knight of Wands. So McCarthy got his speakership, and he's been treading very carefully, trying to basically pander to the extremists. If you think about the Republicans ran on a platform, they don't have a platform, but they ran on a platform of Joe Biden's inflation. And he wasn't doing anything about inflation. And they were going to do something about inflation. Did they do anything about inflation? Not a darn thing. What did they do? They passed resolutions on gay people or something, banning gay people. It's just never, ever kept up their campaign promises. But McCarthy, he promised him all this stuff, so he's been trying to move forward with these votes for legislation, for stuff that'll never get passed, but it looks good and it gives red meat to the base. Current situation. Four of Swords, retreat, and contemplation. He's now got the debt ceiling done, and he's trying to return everything back to normal. But the Freedom Caucus isn't about to let this thing go. So now he's going to have to bring them back into his office, which happened today, and he's going to have to talk with them. And according to the article I was reading on AP, they had one talk and there's going to be more because they didn't sort everything out. So now there's going to be a retreat as they try and sort out what they're going to do next, what type of agreements that they can have. The overarching energy, betrayal. You lied to us. McCarthy lied to him. He flat out lied to him. And they're calling him out on it. And they feel backstabbed and betrayed. And extremists, when they feel backstabbed and betrayed, these are the same people, mind you, that wanted to burn the whole country down by not approving the debt ceiling. They were going to let the whole country burn down. So if you think for a second they're going to let McCarthy bully him around, the lesson to be learned is the Five of Pentacles. People are being left out in the cold. Right now, the Freedom Caucus feels like they're left out in the cold and abandoned. And guess what? If they feel betrayed and abandoned, they are going to lash out. And they will lash out at McCarthy, and they will bring down his demise. Two of Wands. This is now we're now in the planning stages. Is it the planning stages of McCarthy working with them? Possibly. I suspect more this is the planning stages of the Freedom Caucus. They're now working on getting rid of McCarthy. They might put him up to a vote, or talking probably behind closed doors. They're threatening to bring him up for a vote for the House speakership if he doesn't do what they tell him to do. Now, I had thrown earlier last week before the debt ceiling got approved, and the question was, did Biden offer McCarthy some guarantee that he would talk to the Democrats and provide Democratic votes to keep McCarthy as the House Speaker? The answer is probably yes on that one. My answer was definitely yes on that one. That one resonated very true with me. So, are we going to be in a case where they're going to threaten him to do that? And does he reveal that he has those votes? He'll let them know something about it. He'll try and work with them. But I think he's, again, not being too sincere, because he knows he has the votes to stay in power, so he doesn't have to give up that much. And if they if the Freedom Caucus tries to take him out, they will probably lose that vote, and he will maintain his speakership. I'm assuming McCarthy doesn't want people to see Democrats supporting him because that will undercut his legitimacy with the MAGAs. So everybody's in an awkward situation right now. But McCarthy is like, I think right now he's feeling protected because he currently will have Democratic votes to keep him in. Right? So now the Freedom Caucus, they're going to have to sort of plan out what are they going to do? What type of campaign are they going to go on? Probably they'll go on a smear campaign on McCarthy. They'll probably continue to get in the way and obstruct anything McCarthy does. Because they're a bunch of little kids. They're so immature. Okay. How's McCarthy feeling right now? How is McCarthy feeling, Wasn't it Reagan said you don't negotiate with terrorists? Oh, but they're not terrorists. They're Christian fundamentalists. Strong emotions. He's not real happy. He's actually kind of worried. Again, I was saying probably feels protected. You're only protected as far as the Democrats protecting you. If the Democrats don't hold up their end of the bargain, or if it was only for that one vote, he's not going to be in good shape. So he's dealing with some strong emotions, probably from the MAGA party here. There they are. Okay. All right. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we've got the Ace of Cups as the signifier card. Center underneath it is the Lover's card. We have the Emperor, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. What do we got going on? Okay, so we have strong emotions. Emotions are flowing, overflowing and uncontrolled emotions, strong emotions, and it involves the government and the operation of the government. Center underneath is the agreement that he had with the House Freedom Caucus and the MAGA faction of the Republican Party. And they're not happy with this. Does this mean that they hammer out a deal? Possibly, because here's the deal that they're trying to hammer out. But at the same time, McCarthy's in his chair acting like a dictator. So if you don't hammer out a good deal and McCarthy forces it, they're going to force a vote on that chair. Right now he's got that chair secured so he can act a bit like an emperor, but he's got a lot of work to do to hammer things out with the people that he's made the agreements with. And it's going to impact his ability to do his work. Again, remember that although the Republicans accuse the Democrats of being a bunch of snowflakes and touchy-feelies, they're the really sensitive ones. They rely on outrage and everything like that to get what they want. So this is just a bunch of drama queens fighting with each other at this point. Not drag queens, drama queens. I'd rather be watching drag queens myself. Thank you. Okay. What about the MAGA folks? Don't we want to know how they're feeling? They've got feelings. They've got big feels. How are the MAGAs feeling with this current situation? How are the MAGAs feeling about Kevin McCarthy and his current situation? Alrighty. Come on down. Let's see what the cards are. Oh, they're going to cause some problems. They're going to cause turmoil and drama wherever they go. Because they got lied to. Those two cards showed up in that last reading. And there's that card again. Good Lord. I shuffled. I put those cards in different parts. Here we go. Okay, so. But it is what it is. Thank you, Spirit, for making this simple for me. Okay, Five of Wands. They're going to argy-bargy, the fighting, the arguing, the bickering. They're going to increase the drama. They're turning the drama to 10. It's drama, fighting, because they can. They are exercising their power over McCarthy. Because if they don't, they can threaten to use the sword, and they feel justified in using that sword because they were promised stuff and it's not being delivered. So their only repercussion, they can let it go or they can threaten. They're going to threaten. That's just what they do. Double down on everything. We're going to take your crown. You do what we want, we're going to take your crown. Again, can they hammer out a deal? Maybe. That's going to be the best for all of them. But, underneath it is McCarthy acting like an emperor. Remember, I was on that very last throw, I had the emperor or the deal. He's either going to tell him what to do or he's going to work out a deal. Right now, they're looking at him as you're acting as the emperor. We want a deal. If you don't give us the deal, we're going to take your crown. God, thank you for this. Makes it really easy, doesn't it? And I'm putting these cards in different spots. All right. What's the outcome? Don't we want to know the outcome? Do we want to peek to the back of the book and find the outcome? Oh, let's go look. Now, mind you, that's how the energies are now. There's free will. They could come up with this really great deal and not cause problems, or they could not get a deal and not cause problems, or they could get a deal and still cause problems. There's all sorts of different things that can happen. Get your popcorn ready. Because if this matches anything in my previous readings, they're gonna make all sorts of drama. All right, what's gonna happen? What's going to happen between the negotiations between McCarthy and the extremists, the MAGA extremists? Will they hammer out a deal? Will McCarthy lose his seat? One more chapter. All right. Shall we find out? I'm so excited. Are you excited? Oh, hey, the sun. Well, something's going to be revealed. We'll find out soon enough. I guess they've got meetings that they're going to do, and after those meetings, it's going to be really obvious. Oh, might have a new relationship with them. Looks like they're going to hammer out the deal. Or not. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. What does this mean? Okay. Truth is going to be revealed. Okay, they're not going to be able. If the MAGAs get what they want, they're not going to be quiet about it. They're going to crow about it. They're going to make McCarthy eat crow if they get what they want. Center underneath it is a new agreement. They are going to come to a new agreement, a new understanding. It's a new relationship. New demands are going to be met. We want new things. We want more fish in our cups. We want different fish in our cups. This is the MAGA folks right here getting their deal with McCarthy. If they don't get their deal with McCarthy, they're going to throw him out. They're threatening him. This is like basically what they're saying is, this is your last chance. If you renege on us again, we're going to toss you out. Why do I think that? Because the justice card's underneath here. So this is a new agreement that they're making. The justice card was on that last reading, and I'm interpreting that as because they were lied to and they're seeking justice. And seeking justice is still happening here. I think they're going to come to an agreement with McCarthy. They're going to come to an agreement with McCarthy. And at some point, they're not going to honor it. Just like he did to them, they're going to do that to him. They're going to throw him out. I'm not sure when, but they'll justify it that, he was lying to us and we're going to toss him out. Yeah, so they're buying themselves some time and some additional terroristic demands from McCarthy, but they have no intention of keeping him in there. They will work this guy for as much as they can get, and then at some point they're going to get rid of him. How they're going to do that, I'm not sure yet. As we get closer to those to that, we'll find out. I suspect, again, when I've thrown on this in the past, I suspect it happens right around the time the budget's getting negotiated. McCarthy will negotiate the budget, and they're going to ask for, probably the MAGA folks are going to ask for, full cuts to Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid and stuff like that. And McCarthy won't get anything that they want, and then they'll get rid of him because he's ineffective. That's just my thoughts. Again, when you swim with sharks, what do you expect is going to happen? Okay, so that's my reading on McCarthy and MAGA. It's a train wreck. It's a dumpster fire. It is exactly what you expect it to be, because why wouldn't it be that way? We are all really disappointed and angry that the Republicans took over the House, but Biden still managed to get stuff done, important stuff done, and we get to see the dumpster fire that is the Republican Party on full display. Not only us, but the whole country gets to see it. Now, the MAGA folks probably won't care that much, but for rhinos, like my brother, they're just going to shake their head, and there's just no way they're going to support these idiots. And the Republicans will lose the House and the Senate. And this is all courtesy of all this bickering and arguing, because they can't get along. So get out your popcorn, enjoy the spectacle, and watch the dumpster fire that is the Republican Party, and watch it implode, and try not to be too gleeful as it happens, because we will get through it as a country. They've just, we got the debt ceiling passed. Anything else is just posturing and noise making. So thank you for watching this reading. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for subscribing to my channel and leaving comments and all that. And thank you for sticking around for a 22-minute video. Have a great night, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.